Good morning, students. We are starting a new chapter, basic geometrical ideas or basic geometrical concepts, which is there in your sixth, a revision which was there in fifth also. It's a revision of fifth so that you understand how to do this chapter in class sixth, because this chapter is there in class sixth also, and it was there in fifth. So we are doing a revision of that, because till you don't understand the basics of this chapter, you will not be able to go to class sixth portion. You will not understand anything of class six. So understand now what are basic geometrical concepts. First and foremost, geometry. What does the word geometry mean? Geometry comes from the word geo. Geometry, it comes from the word geometron. Geometron, where geo means earth, and metron means measurement. So the word geometry is derived from the word geometron, where geo means earth. We know geo means earth. Metron means measurement. Why was this necessary? Because in the ancient times, they required measurements to make certain things in art, architecture, measuring things. So they required geometry at that time. So the word geometry is derived from the word geometron, which involves measurement. Now measurement, we get the measurement of the earth also. You know the measurement of the earth. When they made so many beautiful pieces of architecture, how do they do that? With the help of geometry. They use geometry to make such beautiful art and architecture, beautiful buildings, beautiful palaces, beautiful monuments, all due to geometry. Now let us understand the basic geometrical concepts. What are the basic geometrical concepts? First is point. This you have studied in class 5th also. What is point? A point, as we understood, it is a mark or a position. A point is a mark of position. Suppose we have a point and we name that as A. The point A. It is marked. You can mark it with a pencil, with a pen, etc. That is called point. In this point, it has no size. It has no length, and it has no breadth or no thickness. It has no size, no length, no breadth, no thickness. So this is what we understand by point. It is named by a capital letter as point A or point B or point X, etc. in geometry. Next we come to the next part. We come to line segment. Line segment. What is line segment? Line segment is a straight line that has a beginning and an end. A straight line which has a beginning and an end. You can name it as A and B. A straight line. This is called line segment. It has a starting point, it has an ending point. For example, if we draw a line of 7.4 centimeters, so 7.4, we know the exact measurement of it, 7.4. We have a starting point, we have an ending point. This is known as a line segment. The line segment is denoted by, you can add on line AB, line segment AB, or we can mark it like this way as line segment AB. This shows it is a line segment AB. I hope it's clear. Then we come to the next part after this, because this is just all I'm explaining, which is already you've studied. So I'm just explaining first before I go ahead. You should understand these things before I go ahead. Then we come to now a line. What is a line? A line, they say, a line extends indefinitely in both directions. A line extends indefinitely in both directions. The basic idea of a line is that it has straightness and it extends indefinitely in both directions. Right? It is marked by arrows on either side. So suppose you have a line here, this is a line, arrow on either side. This is a line. It extends indefinitely in both directions. This arrow shows that this goes on, this side goes on. It does not have a beginning or an end. It goes on indefinitely. We can call it as line L or line P or line Q, etc., depending how we name it. Right? If we have points here, out here, A and B, right, and it is showing indefinitely, we can also call it as line AB, not line segment, line AB, because the arrow is showing on either side, it is extending. So this is not a line segment, this is a line AB. We can also name it as line L, as I marked it over here, line L, or line AB. So there is a difference between line segment and line. Line segment has two endpoints. It has a starting point and an end point. It has a fixed measurement. That's a line segment. Whereas line extends indefinitely in both directions. If we have 2 points on that, we can call that a line AB. If we don't have this AB, and we can also name it as line L, or line P, or line Q, etc. After point, line segment, then we have plane. Plane, you understood what is a plane? A plane is a flat surface which extends indefinitely in all directions. Plane. A plane figure. We are not talking of other airplanes, we are talking of plane. A plane figure. A flat surface which is a plane. So the blackboard is a plane. Flat surface extends indefinitely in all directions. Plane. Right? After the plane, now we come to parallel lines. Parallel lines. What are parallel lines? Two lines which do not meet, which do not intersect, and the distance between them is the same throughout. They are called parallel lines. Two lines, two or more than two lines which do not meet and the distance between them is the same throughout. They are called parallel lines. Right? For example, we have here one line here, line L. We have another line here, line M. Both these lines are extending indefinitely in either direction. The distance between them is the same. They do not intersect, they do not meet. They are called parallel lines. Now, what is the characteristic of these lines? They are on the same plane. They are on the same plane. They do not have any common point between them. They don't have any common point. And the distance between them remains the same. The distance between them is the same throughout. Can you give me an example of parallel lines? Railway lines which are running. The edges of a scale. You have a scale. Edges on either side. They are running straight. Extend indefinitely on both sides. They are all examples of parallel lines. they do not intersect. Next we come to, after parallel lines, we have perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. Two lines which intersect each other at 90 degree or at a right angle, they are called perpendicular lines. Suppose we have a line, say line M. This is line M. And we have another line passing through this, call this line, say line L, making an angle exactly of 90 degrees. Intersecting this line M exactly at 90 degree angle, at right angle. We can say line L is perpendicular to line M. Line L is perpendicular, this sign is perpendicular to. This sign which we have here is called is perpendicular to. So line L is perpendicular to line M. So perpendicular lines are those lines which intersect each other at 90 degree. They are called perpendicular lines. They cross each other at right angles. After this, we come to now ray. What is a ray? A ray, or as itself you know the sun rays, we talk of sun rays, right? The ray, they say, has definite starting point but no end point. It has a fixed starting point but no end point. A ray is a line which has a starting point but no end point. For example, if we have a point here, name this as point A. If we draw a straight line and it goes on indefinitely, this is a ray. We can name it as ray A, or we can name it as ray A and now mark another point here, ray AO. It is written as AO and the ray shows here. Ray AO, or ray AB, or ray AC, that way. So it has a starting point but no end point. A ray can go in any direction. We can draw it here, we can draw it here, we can even move this way. If the line is not this side, we can also show it as this is the starting point and it goes this way. It can go this way, ray. So this is what we understand about ray. This sign shows that it is a ray. Starting point but no ending point. So we label, we write this as ray AO. It is written this way, ray AO, or ray AB, or ray CD, etc. Starting point but no ending point. Plane, I have already explained to you, a solid flat surface, right, extending in all directions. That's called a plane surface. Now what you do at home is, you will take your copy and write down differences between line segment, line and ray. Line segment, line and ray. All the points of differences between them. You can give definition wise, so from that you can make your points. Line segment, line, ray, form a chart and do that. I have explained all this to you just now. This was also there in your previous classes. Now we go ahead, little more, something more, what is there now. We come to now the next part. The next part is, you should understand now, what is a curve. Yes, before I go to curve, let me explain to you what are intersecting lines. Intersecting lines. Intersecting lines. Lines which meet each other at a particular point are called intersecting lines. Lines which cross each other or meet each other at a particular point, they are called intersecting lines. Suppose we have a line, say line L, and we have another line, say line M. They are intersecting lines. Line L intersects line M at the point, you can name this point O, at the point O. They are known as intersecting lines. So questions can be put to you with a figure. Name which are parallel lines, which are intersecting lines, which is a line segment, which are rays. All that, a figure can be given to you, a diagram, and from that you have to identify what are the following. That way questions are there in class 6th. So that is why I explained the basics: point, line, line segment, ray, plane, etc., perpendicular lines, parallel lines, intersecting lines. After doing this, we come to now the next part is curve. What is a curve? Curve. Curve, as we have to understand now, you can see this out here. Suppose we have a figure, one figure here, another figure here, another figure here. Look at these. They are curves. But in this case, they are intersecting. The curve is meeting each other out here. The curve is meeting each other out here. Right? So in this case, these are called simple curves. These curves, they are known as simple curves. Curve, as the word itself means, is not straight. So I'll give you the meaning first of a curve. Curve means not straight. Not straight. This is the meaning of a curve, right? And in mathematics, a curve can be straight, as I had drawn the last figure out here. It can be this also. A line also can be considered as a curve in mathematics, right? Now I had drawn a few curves: first, second, third, and fourth. The first, second, and fourth ones, they are simple curves. They do not cross themselves. Whereas the third one, it crosses itself. It is not a simple curve. So we are going to discuss now of curves. The simple curves are curves which do not cross each other. This is a curve. This is a curve. This is a curve. But if we have this is crossing each other, so they are not. This is not a simple curve. This is not a simple curve. These are simple curves. Next we come to open and closed curves. Open and closed curves. Open curves, as I have shown you, you can draw it like this way. This is an open curve. This is an open curve. Open curve. They are all open. Whereas if I draw another figure, this is a closed curve. This becomes a closed curve. It is closed from all sides. So I showed you what is open curve and I showed you now what is closed curve. Is it clear? Now after this we come to what is a polygon. What is a polygon? You write the definition of a polygon first so that you understand. A polygon is a simple closed curve simple closed figure made up of a simple closed figure made up of line segments is called a polygon. So suppose, right, it's a simple closed figure. Suppose I have this figure. Is this a polygon? Yes. A simple closed figure, it's a closed figure made up of line segments. One line segment, second line segment, third line segment. This is a polygon. If I have a figure, is this a polygon? Yes, it's a closed figure. A simple closed figure made up entirely of line segments. These are line segments. One line, second line, third line, fourth line. All these are line segments. This is also your line segment. One line segment, second line segment, third line segment. They are called polygons. They are known as polygons. This is what we are going to discuss out here now. If I have two line segments, can I form a polygon? No, I cannot form a polygon with two line segments because it is open. You cannot join two line segments and form a closed figure. So three or more than three line segments help us to form a polygon. So a polygon, know the definition, a simple closed figure made up entirely of line segments is called a polygon. So these are figures of polygon. This is a polygon, etc. A pentagon, a hexagon, a heptagon, a decagon. All these closed figures, they are called polygons. Now, you should understand this now. These are called the sides. Sides. You can name it as A, B, C. AB is the side, BC is the side, CA is the side. It has three sides. Vertices, this is the vertex. Where two line segments join each other, that is known as the vertex. An angle is formed over there. Where the angle is formed, that is called the vertex. So it has three vertices. 1, 2 and 3. Here an angle is formed. Two line segments are meeting. An angle is formed here. First vertex. Two line segments are meeting out here. This is called a vertex. And here two line segments are joining. This is called a vertex. So where two line segments join and they form an angle, that is called a vertex. So it has three vertices. The plural form for vertex is called vertices. It is called vertices. Is it clear? Here we have four line segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. Right? It has four sides and four vertices. The four vertices are A, B, C and D. Here the one vertex, second vertex, third vertex and fourth vertex. Where the two line segments meet, an angle is formed there, that's called a vertex. Right? This is clear? Good. Then we come to the next part, diagonals. Can we draw a diagonal? This diagonal cannot be drawn in a triangle. Diagonals are those line segments which join the opposite vertices. Join the opposite vertices. Here the first vertex is here, the other vertex is here, opposite to it. Join this, we get a diagonal. AC is the diagonal. When we join one vertex with the opposite vertex to it, we get a diagonal. Here in this case we cannot join. But in a quadrilateral, that is the quadrilateral, the pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, etc., we can. Here we get another diagonal, BD. If we join this, we get another diagonal. So this quadrilateral, this four-sided figure, this polygon has two diagonals. So here we understood definition of polygon. After definition of polygon, what are polygons? How to draw polygons? And what are sides? What are vertices? And what are diagonals? I hope it's clear. After this, we come to the interior and exterior. If I have a point here and name this point P, this point is in the interior of the polygon. If I have a point here outside, point Q, this is in the exterior of the polygon. Similarly in this case also. Which is inside the polygon, it is in the interior. Which is outside the polygon, it is in the exterior. So for today, what I explained to you, what is geometry, from where the word comes, geometron, what is the meaning of geo, what is metron, why geometry was used, for architecture, for art, for construction, etc., geometry was used. Then we studied what are the different geometrical shapes, point, line, plane, line segment, ray, perpendicular lines, parallel lines, intersecting lines. Write all the definitions in your copy. Write all the definitions in the figure. Then I came to curve, open curve, closed curve, and what is a simple curve. Write down that definition. And we have polygon, the polygons with the side, vertex and diagonals. Do this for today. This is your chapter there, which is a revision of your previous class. It is also there in your present class, 6th class. This chapter is there, basic geometrical concepts. That chapter is there, which we will go further on to this. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. Thank you.